Today on the channel, all hail the Deathmatch King ×3 with the Matt Cardona Kenner Ghostbuster inspired figures. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Matt Cardona unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got something extra special. We got his Deathmatch Busters, Ghostbuster inspired figures ×3 available at mattcardonashop.com. And got to thank Matt for sending me these copies over to take a little peek at here today in this unboxing. And of course, in this unboxing, we're going to do it like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We got 3 editions of Matt Cardona here. Once again, collectmajor.com, usually where you go for a lot of these things, but mattcardonashop.com is where you're going to be able to find these. Check it out, of course, and these are available right now for order. Get all 3, get 1, get whatever you want, available right now over there. Very cool idea here. Now, we see Super 7 reaction style figures. We see those all the time from the Carve the Fives of the world, from Super 7 of the worlds, and all points in between. But Matt did something a little bit different here, and this is a form of action figures that maybe there's a little bit more meat on the bone for in the future. Of course, those Kenner Ghostbuster figures, we'll do some comparisons later in this video. Very iconic figures from the 80s. Heck, I was a little kid loving some Ghostbusters, playing with the Ghostbusters. I had Ecto-1, I had the Firehouse, I had all that kind of stuff as a kid. So very nostalgic for me, and obviously very nostalgic for Matt Cardona to wear Ghostbuster gear in a couple of matches over the years. We've even seen his wife, Chelsea Green, get a WWE Mattel action figure in Ghostbusters inspired gear. So Ghostbusters strong in the Cardona household and strong with these figures here. But as I was saying too, I think there's an opportunity for other toy companies or maybe Matt Cardona and Collect Major to get other versions in this Kenner style, because these are a step up from Reaction, very similar style figures, but a step up in size. And I think that's key. I feel like the Reactions kind of are what they are. This is on your way to, of course, the elite size scaling. This isn't a bad piece of business. And I do like what I see right here in the packaging department. But let's dive through these figures here. First thing, I have one negative on this packaging here. I wish it would stand up by itself. Unfortunately, you don't do that. We just need to drop the bubble down. Very nitpicky, especially for somebody that's a out-of-box collector, of course. We're going to start with the traditional one. Not a toy, ages 18 and up. You 17-year-olds, get the heck out of here. You can't handle Matt Cardona. But Matt looking very good. Once again, very Kenner Ghostbusters inspired. Love the packaging design on here. Got those classic kind of colors going on. That yellow background really pops on this one. Just all around good packaging. Have to imagine a lot of people are going to collect these on card as well. You can easily hang them on your wall with that nice J hook. Now he does come with a light bulb, of course a light bulb tube, a GCW staple as we know. So it looks good. All hail the Deathmatch King. It says right there. It does say Major at the bottom. Also collectmajor.com promoting that. Major up there at the top. Got the Matt Cardona logo. Got Matt Cardona right there with the light bulb tube, ready to inflict some damage on somebody. So that's that packaging here. Now I'm going to dive over to the second one here. Look at the packaging. A little bit different in the packaging style. You get the green, more green in this one. You do get the barbed wire baseball bat in this one as well. So I like the little differences here. Obviously, you got to get the most out of your molds. Same figures in all 3 of these. Looks really good, though, with this one adding the bat instead of the light tube here. Now, the third and final edition of Matt Cardona, at least for now, I'm sure he's open to making more if these sell out. There's for sure on that. And I got an idea for that as well. This one going to be my favorite one. I love a good bloody figure. This is the bloody version here. Looking very cool here. And you got the bloody light tube to go along with it. Got the blood splatter on the package. The blood and guts edition for Matt Cardona. Same kind of background there, just different color combination. Would love to see a 4th version of this one. I would love to see a glow-in-the-dark one. I think that would be very easily done with these. Would love to see a glow-in-the-dark Matt Cardona Deathmatch King figure. But let's dive into it. Let's open it up. Let's pull it off the card. See how easy it is. Like that. I like the packaging. Gets off very easy there. Sometimes we have to fight some of these figures to get them off the card. Don't have to here. You could easily save this packaging if that is your thing. See you later. Goodbye. Deathmatch Buster right there himself. Matt Cardona looking good. Gonna pop this out. No tape, no twist ties, anything like that. No need for it. See you later. Goodbye. Gonna open up the original right here. Once again, comes off the card. It reminds me of Ghostbusters back in the day. See you later. Goodbye. Obviously, the packaging a little bit smaller than your OG Ghostbuster figures once upon a time. But gets the point across. Gets the point across, no doubt. See you later. Goodbye. And last but not least, we get the barbed wire bat edition here. Nice green color here. That nice 80s, 90s green. See you later. Goodbye. Plastic prison again. Barbed wire baseball bat. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to business. And I guess we'll start in the middle. We'll start with this. We got the light tube here looking good. It is a light tube. You could easily use this with your WWE Elite figures if you wanted to as well. Maybe your retro figures. So you can get some extra use out of this if that is your thing. But it is a light tube. Looking pretty good. And then we get Matt Cardona. Now, all these figures are going to be very similar. I guess I could walk through all the accessories first, what I could do. We do get the baseball bat here in a nice green color. A nice Slimer green, maybe. Wrapped up there with barbed wire. Looking very good. A little bit of a short bat, but it is what it is. We do get another light bulb tube here. This one's got the blood caked on it. Of course, all of these weapons would be able to be used with other toy lines if that is your thing as well. But now diving into all three figures, and I guess honestly, it's the same figure times 3. It makes sense. Gotta get the most out of your molds, as I said earlier. You got Cardona on the front of the shirt. You got the Ghostbusters outfit going on. You got the whole bodysuit. Of course, he had to take the sleeves off of that. He did leave the collar, though. He wanted to be entered into Club KWK or possibly Club Grayskull, I guess. So he left the collar on this one. Everybody loves a high collar. Got a good hot dog tan on this one. Matt Cardona, a guy that loves himself a good tan. Looks good in the tan department here. No issues with that. Does got the white elbow pads on all three figures. Got the black gloves going on. Got the black boots. And that's about it. On the back here, you got Deathmatch Busters. You got Nick Gage on the back of 2 of them. So you got them on 2 of them. One of them has just kind of a, I don't know what that logo is. Who's that supposed to be? He's got a little hat on. I don't know who that's supposed to be. I know this one is Nick Gage. I'm not sure on the other one. So that is cool, though, that we got a different logo on the back. So that is a little bit of difference there. 2 of them have the Nick Gage, one with the other guy there. I don't know who that's supposed to be. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments. They always do, of course. Now, no hole in the feet here, so you're not going to be able to put him on a stand. You guys know I love a good hole in a foot, but not going to be part of the case right here. But as you can see, stands up just fine on his own. No issues there. Looking good, though. I don't have any issues with this one. Diving into the bloody one a little bit more. This one is going to be my favorite. It's just got an extra pizzazz, and I always love a bloody figure. Somebody hands me this. I know this is Matt Cardona. You got the beard, you got the hair going on, 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. But it's the hair that really brings it home to Matt Cardona with kind of the poof up there in the front. Looking good, of course. No issues. Got the blood splatter all over the place. Now, arms do go all the way around for us. Head back and forth. Leg goes up, leg goes up. That's it. So that's all the articulation. Very similar to reaction style figures, as I was mentioned earlier. But does look good. For what it is, I got to say, this is better in hand than it looks in person. So I don't know what that means, but if it means anything to you, that's what the case right here. But it does look really, really nice. No issues with this one here. Very, very cool. Awesome figures for what they are. Beat my expectations. That's always good to do. Do I think this line will take off as far as like retro figures, big rubber guys and stuff? Probably not, but there's possibility. Maybe they want to dive into this line a little bit more. Maybe the Collect Major guys all get involved and they get other figures in this style. As I do think Reaction has kind of run its course in a lot of ways, and I think there's an opportunity to move to the next level, maybe with this style of figures taking over for some of the Reaction in the future. I don't know. They obviously have a supplier, a manufacturer that can do this going forward. Maybe they'll lean in on that in the future. We'll see what happens there. But how about time for some Ghostbusters to come out and check out these guys. You get Ray and Peter Venkman and Winston and Egon and the rest of the group right here. I will display this with my Ghostbusters. That's where I'm going to end up putting these in my collection. But very, very fun. You know, definitely works in. Definitely feels like it could fit into this line. He might be a little bit bigger, but he should be. I'm sure he was bigger than the Ghostbusters, of course. And Matt being a wrestler, a bigger guy, of course. So looking very nice, though. I got no issues with this. Very cool. I don't know if everybody's going to buy 3 of these. Obviously, the hardcore Matt Cardona fans will. But one of these in your collection, mix it in with your Ghostbusters, not a bad piece of business. And I think this is a figure that does transcend. Obviously, you get your wrestling fans that buy this. Obviously, the hardcore Matt Cardona fans buy this. But I can see some Ghostbusters fans buying it because, let's be honest, they don't get a lot of figures in this scale that fits right inside there. I could see them adding this to the Ghostbusters crew. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? So there it is. Matt Cardona times 3. Very interesting figures here. Constant learning, constant improvement, constant chances being taken. You got to take chances in business. Trying a new formula, trying a new figure line. You got to give him kudos for that. Put his money where his mouth is, and we'll see how successful these are in the future. So there it is, Ghostbusters inspired Deathmatch Buster, Matt Cardona. What's your thoughts on this? You picked these up? Long game? No game? Hard pass game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon and YouTube channel memberships. Check that out if you haven't already. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which of course is the Kyle Peterson Show podcast, available every single Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So for Matt Cardona and the Deathmatch Buster, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?